Hey everybody, this is Crystal. Welcome back to more natural every day. So it's actually May 14th, and this is a bit of an impromptu video. I am out in my yard, which is actually a patio. We have a patio garden because we don't have a yard. So I do my gardening with my vegetables out of bins, like the Rubbermaid bins. And I was really lazy last fall and I never pulled up the plants, so like the dead plants after I harvested everything. So I'm out here today pulling that because it's about to storm all week, pulling that, getting everything cleaned up, getting the dirt ready. And actually I decided to go on and sow my greens. So I do kale, collards, some lettuce, and spring mix and spinach. So I'm going to sow that stuff today, which was not planned, much like this video, but I decided to go on and record today and start my little like gardening diary. So I don't know if any of you are interested in gardening, or if you do garden, if you grow your own fruits and vegetables or anything like that, but it's something I've been experimenting with over the years, like I said, on our patio until we buy a house and get a yard where I can do it in the ground. I'm like practicing now, and I was a half city, half country girl, so I grew up eating fresh fruits and vegetables that my uncles would grow, and there's just nothing like it. The stuff that's in the grocery store now, it just doesn't even taste the same. So I like to grow it. I like to get my stepson and my niece and my nephew involved. They usually help me start the garden and prune it and take care of it throughout the summer. So I thought I would start this little journal. I'm by no means an expert on this. It's just been trial and error over the years. Every year it gets bigger and every year it gets better. So I am learning. This year I'm gonna do, my husband's gotten involved too in the last couple years. So last year I'm looking at the bin so I can remember, we did zucchini, 3 varieties of tomato, 3 varieties of peppers, all the greens I mentioned, and cucumbers, watermelon. That's it. So huge successes for me last year were tomatoes. Tomatoes did amazing. We did have some problems with our favorite little black cherry, I think they're called Black Prince cherry tomato plants. They were taller than me, but we went on vacation, and while we were on vacation they actually got root rot, and we weren't here to address the issue. So the plant started to die. We did still get some fruit off of it through the rest of the summer, but it just wasn't flourishing as it was earlier in the summer. Also, we killed accidentally the cucumber and the zucchini. They were both doing really well, and we moved them kind of early in their growing, not realizing that would stunt them. So we moved and I'll flip it around a little bit and show you in a second. We moved the cucumber from further down the fence to get it more sun, and the zucchini, I just turned it around a little bit, but it had already started to like grow these little roots on the patio. So when I moved it, I killed it. So lessons learned, won't be doing that this year. I think we're gonna grow some of the same stuff this year and add in green beans. So because we're doing it in bins, we do potting soil, and because that's better because you don't have all the nutrients from the ground. So we do get the potting mix, and that's pretty much it. From seed, like I said, I start everything leafy from seed, but because of the temperament of them and the space that we have available to us, I have not done seedlings. I haven't done seedlings in a few years. I did do them maybe in like 2013, 2014. I did seedlings, my own inside. But the last few years, honestly, it's just easier to buy the seedlings from the store and get the variety that I want, and they're easy to transplant and don't take all the time and care that I just out of laziness have not wanted to invest. So I'm going to turn this around and then let you kind of see what I'm doing, and then that'll be it for today. Alright, so there's all the stuff I cleaned out of the bins and set for all the branches that I already took down to the garbage. Like I said, we originally had put the cucumber closer to here's the duplex. We put the cucumbers down here and realized they weren't getting enough sun, so we moved them down to where you see that red thing, and that killed them. So we only got a couple cucumbers, a couple of zucchini. So we're gonna start it this year here, which is where we do the peppers. I recommend, if you're doing peppers and tomatoes, whether you're doing them in ground or definitely if you're doing them in container, to do some kind of trellising to support the branches. They can get those, the fruits of those can get a little heavy, and it's nice to have something to support them. So we actually just these were tomato cages. It was the most inexpensive option we got, and you can see there's two different kinds. They don't even connect. We just made it work and used some zip ties to hook it onto the fence. This worked out really well. And then we had like tomatoes here. This is one of the twine that I couldn't get off yet because it didn't rip. But we just used the twine throughout the growing to like support the branches so that the tomatoes didn't break the stems, because that's easy to do. We do something like low and deep for the greens. And again, another trellis option for the cucumber. Ooh, big old bee. Nope, no plants yet for you. We do the trellis for the cucumber. Actually, usually pull this out a little further so that it has something to vine up toward. It uses the fence, but we try to keep it onto the trellis. And a little bin for the watermelon. The watermelon didn't do awesome the last couple years. We're still trying to figure out how to get watermelon to grow in Pennsylvania. And I'll show you a little bit more about how we trellis that and support it throughout the growing season. And then this is our other tomato cage where we do our cherry tomatoes. We do cherry tomatoes and then like a couple different heirlooms. So just wanted to show you guys that. Oh, and then for all the like salad greens and spinach and all that, we actually use the little the smaller pots, not because it's best or anything, but because I had these already from when I was doing stuff in the house. So these are the smaller ones that I was using inside. Like I had some herbs. I'll probably put some herbs in one of these and then use them for greens. It worked really well for the salad greens and all that, so use what you got. I don't like to waste money. Back, and I'm going to try to sew these with one hand and show you what I'm doing, because like I said, the weather's not going to be awesome, so to have somebody record for me tomorrow is unlikely. Now, again, with the greens and the lettuces, they are pretty forgiving, which is good because I don't have a lot of space because I'm not in a full garden. And so I don't necessarily follow the rules. And you'll see some of these seeds are like, these are the collards, and this is a pack of kale. These two are both kale. And you can see these are seeds I got like years prior. There were no collard seeds to be found in Pennsylvania, at least not in Pittsburgh last year. So I was glad I had my collard seeds from the year before, and I did sow them in 2017 and they did fine. So this is my last little bit of the pack, and I'm going to sow them this year. I didn't go look yet because, again, this was a little impromptu. And if you can see the back of this package, I'm in Pennsylvania, so that's in the green. And for direct sowing, it should be March through May, which is why I decided to go ahead and do that today. And then again, you can sow them again August to September because they can handle the cooler temperatures of like the nights of fall. So if it doesn't work and the seeds are duds, then I won't have any collards for the summer, but I can do it again in August, at the beginning of August, if I can find any seeds at my local stores. So And I'll show you also at the top, you'll see it says to sow them 1/4 inch, 18 inches apart. That's the part that I don't necessarily abide by. And then some of the lettuce greens and things will say like 6 inches apart. Yeah, so we're just gonna give it a go, and then like I said, I'll try to show you what I'm doing with one hand. All right, so I've moved some things around. That is gonna be all my little tender greens, my lettuces and my spinach and my spring mix for my salads. And I have a little bit of an issue here with, it's a shared patio, and there's a dog issue. The dog pees all over our bins, and I'm working on finding ways to deter him from doing that. But until I can get that figured out, we are barricading them basically. So right now they're barricaded because I'm going to go ahead and sow them now. This is the cucumber bin. It's going to have to get moved in a week or two, and I put the cucumbers in, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to block that, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. So I actually, let's see what I have. I got the kales and the collards. So I'm just gonna grab wherever I put it. All right. I'm gonna grab my little, my little shovel, and it says 1/4 inch deep. So I'm actually just gonna kind of gauge it. It's just below the surface, but I'm just gonna like push some of the, not actually showing it, there we go. Push some of the soil to the side, on all the way around. 1/4 inch is not super deep. So I'm just gonna, again, I am like, let me see, not doing the best job of this. Okay. Yeah, just gonna push that to the side a little bit so that I have some dirt that I can put back on top of the seed. I'm going to start with my collards. Okay, I'm going to sit you down for a second so I can put these in my hand. All right, so this is all the seed I have for collards, and that's probably more than enough. Again, I'm not doing this probably the way I should, but it worked last year. All right, so I'm just gonna sprinkle these. I don't know if you can see them. There you go. I'm gonna sprinkle them in half the bin here. And then I'm gonna grab some kale. I'm gonna sit you down again. Consistency's sake, I took about the same amount of kale seed, and I'm just gonna kind of try to spread it on the other half. See if I can. Okay, I can see some of the collard seeds, so I'm gonna spread the kale here. Okay, and then I'm gonna take that dirt that I had pushed up to the side, and I'm just gonna brush it back over top all the way around. Okay, and then I just spread that out. All right, and pretty much that is it. So I can show it again in one of these little guys. You get some. This is the spinach. I'm not gonna lie, spinach did not grow last year. For me or for a friend of mine that was doing a what do you call it, a pallet garden on her patio. Her spinach didn't grow either, so I don't know what was up with the spinach last year. I'm gonna sit you down again for my seeds. All right, so there's the spinach seed, and I'm going to do this in one of these round guys. So I'm actually just going to, oops, haha, forgot that ever so important step of getting some of this dirt out of the way. Actually, for this one, because it's so little, I'm gonna take some out and put it in this one. Not only did I do that with one hand, I did it with my left hand. I'm impressed with myself. Okay. So I'm going to just sprinkle these around this bin. And I'm going to go back and get my dirt and put it back on top. About 1/4 of an inch worth. Okay. Get it all covered, and that is it. Oops, there we go. So it's all covered, and I'm going to do that for all of these bins. You see here? Hopefully I'm not recording this upside down, because I just realized it's very possible that I might be. So I'm going to do that for all these bins, and then you're supposed to water them after you're done, but like I said, it's going to storm today, this afternoon, and rain the rest of the week. So I'm not going to bother hooking my hose up, because I have to hook it up in the basement and pull it upstairs. So there's my hose. It goes over the fence. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to let nature do its thing. All right, guys. So that's it for me today. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of those bins and those little guys with the rest of the greens. I've got spring mix and something else. So yeah, I have like the mesclun seeds, and then I have bib lettuce. This one's not organic, but whatever. Still good to grow your own stuff. So I'm going to go on and sow the rest of these, and in the rest of the bins I'll probably do the 2 long ones with the spring mix, I think is what I did last year, and then do the little ones. I'll do 2 spinach and then 2 of the lettuce, which I don't think I did the bib lettuce last year. I think I found those seeds at the end of the summer and I didn't sow them. So I'm going to go on and do that, and that's it for me today. I'll keep you guys posted if you want me to on my gardening adventures for this summer. If this is something that you're interested in seeing more of and you are interested in the process, definitely let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I will try to answer them the best I can. I've been doing this for a few years. Again, not an expert. I learn as I go. It's trial and error, and I usually learn because I mess something up or I'm starting to see a problem. But I'm willing to answer what I can. So please put that in the comments if you're going to try this yourself. Would love to hear about that. So put that in the comments as well. If you learned something in this video, go ahead and you know what to do. Give me that thumbs up. And if you want to make sure you don't miss a beat on this little gardening process, because it can take off in a second, it's just really surprising how fast stuff can start to grow. Make sure you subscribe, as well as getting all the updated videos for everything that I'm doing with like the real price of beauty and other things as we go along on this more natural journey. All right, guys, until next time, live a little more natural today than you did yesterday. Bye.